Hey people, I'm live. Happy Hump Day, everybody. And yes, Hump Day is Wednesday, if you didn't know that. Haha. Hello to Gertej. Hello, hello. And Alex. Oh, no worries, Alex. You'll catch the replay. Hello, ABX girl. How you doing? And Crows and Ravens is here, and Yahya. Cliff Taylor. Good day, good day. Susan is here. Hello. Hello, Cheryl, and I like to walk. It's a nice day. The sun just started coming out just in the last 10 or 15 minutes. It was a bit more overcast not too long ago. Hello, Zuko60. How you doing? And Rhonda Lloyd, Toronto's doo-wop music guy, Mark MW, and Vivian's here. Hello, hello. This is Glen Road. This is a neat little road here in the St. Jamestown neighborhood. Hey, Blaze the Cat, and Scott Briggs, and Chuck Diamond. All right. There are a couple of nice old apartment buildings that I've always admired here. Hey, Alan K. Kwan. And here's Howard Street. I'm due for a subway transit video. Actually, I have one planned, you know. Isn't that a coincidence? Hey, Whitby dude, how you doing? Right at the kind of very north end of downtown here. The northeast corner, I guess you could say. If you drew a big square encircling downtown, that's where we'd be. Hey, Emo's Music Channel, how you doing? And Michelle Gray. And Harjot's here. Hello, hello, Harjot. You're in Toronto, Gertej? Did you have a good time? Hey, Sunjib, how you doing? And Midge Adams. Right before I began the stream, my gimbal was acting crazy. For a second I thought it would stop me from streaming, but I seem to have worked it out. Hopefully it doesn't start acting crazy again. It just started vibrating and behaving as if there was no phone on the gimbal, you know. If you try to turn on the gimbal without the phone mounted, it just vibrates violently. That's what it was doing. Hey, Vivian Johnson right off the bat, $13.99. Must be low on some cool snacks of some kind. As a matter of fact, Vivian, I am, and thank you very, very kindly. Your support is always very, very much appreciated. Hey, Dave in Bangor, Maine, how you doing? We'll be getting a gimbal in August. Awesome. It can be a bit of a learning curve if you intend to use all of the features, but I never really use most of the capabilities of this gimbal. All I do is basically stick my phone on it and walk around. I don't use the app that you can use in tandem with the gimbal or anything of that sort. As long as the walk is smooth, that's all I really need it for. Every time is snack time. That's right, Vivian. Hello, Abe. I am in St. Jamestown right now. This is a neighborhood at the northeast corner of downtown with a whole bunch of big apartment buildings. Hello, Sebastian. How you doing? And John Burke. Hello, Didja. How you doing? And ice cream's here. It's feeling a bit humid all of a sudden. Ice cream sounds pretty good. But it's not a blazing hot day, so I think my phone will probably make it through the stream without overheating. And there is a bit of a breeze as well. Let's see if the St. Jamestown Marketplace is up and running. They usually have a little neighborhood marketplace set up over by the grocery store, where they sell all kinds of wares, kind of like a big garage sale, more or less, except nobody has a garage. Hey, Jeanette is here. Hello, Jeanette. All these buildings were built for the most part in the 1960s. There were a few early ones that were built at the end of the 1950s. And over the decades it's evolved, gone through many phases in character. It's currently an immigrant community for the most part. And a place for people looking for cheaper rent in the downtown area. These buildings are a bit more affordable. But oftentimes when buildings are a bit more affordable, there's a reason for that. So that's just one of those things you have to be aware of and be prepared for if you want to move into the neighborhood. Remember a few years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I guess, there were still one-bedroom apartments for $1,200 available in some of these buildings, which is, you know, pretty good for downtown Toronto for a one-bedroom. Got some neighborhood music. Oh, the music. Let's see if I can just keep on moving. So this is it. Sort of like a big yard sale type thing. Hey, Brad Palmer. Good afternoon. All sorts of things here. Got bikes, big clock, all kinds of gadgets, clothes. Remote controls. Got shoes. This place is kind of a permanent fixture, really, during the warm weather. Even in the winter, it's here, just not quite as big or busy as it is now. But yeah, it's pretty neat. We've got sunglasses, wristwatches, all kinds of old DVDs, and are there any VHS tapes? I don't see any. Got an air conditioner. I could bring some of my old VHS tapes and say, here you go. I didn't see a VCR though. Hey, there must be somebody who wants a VCR and some VHS tapes. And there's the grocery store. I've mentioned that grocery store before in previous videos. It's probably my least favorite grocery store in my neighborhood that I avoid like the plague for the most part. I'm not sure if that motorbike was for sale, if it was just somebody's motorbike parked. Bobby Hall, you want to be a cowboy. You want to be a cowboy, but you don't want to be a pirate, but you want to be a cowboy. Footballer, yeah, that was St. Jamestown. I don't like the food basics in St. Jamestown. The Freshco is actually just around the corner. Not the one that I went to in my recent video, but there's another one in St. Jamestown, so I go to that Freshco sometimes. It's new and much nicer. The food basics is a bit of a nightmare. Hello Colleen, how you doing? And Elise, hello. This is Ontario Street. It's just a nice, mainly residential street. It runs all the way down to the St. Lawrence neighborhood, but we're not going to go that far. We'll just take it down to Carleton or so. It's on Wellesley, the Freshco. I mean the Freshco? Yeah, the Freshco on Parliament is the one that I went to in my recent video, where I ran into many misadventures. That's at Parliament in Dundas. And then there's another Freshco on Sherbourne, just right around the corner from where I was there. Well, that was nice of your sister, right, Susan? So as you can see, Ontario Street isn't a continual street. It sort of gets blocked off every once in a while. Like through St. Jamestown, it becomes basically just a pedestrian walkway. And again right here. Then it picks up again further down, and then it gets interrupted again at Moss Park, the Moss Park Apartments, and then you have to pick it up again on the other side. Toronto has very few long, continuous, minor residential streets. They usually tend to get cut off at some point. Or they take a weird turn, or they hit a dead end or something of that sort. It's a grid, but it's not a perfect grid. It's sort of like a smashed up grid. So imagine a perfect street grid, and then you smash it with a hammer, so it all kind of breaks apart and then you try and push it all back together, but all the streets don't line up properly. That's what Toronto's grid is like. Oh yeah, I'm perfectly fine, Susan. I'm used to misadventures after 11 years of living in my neighborhood. Hey, Fat Tony, how you doing? But look how nice this is here. This is a beautiful section of street here. Got 19th century row houses and some more modern additions that are built to mimic 19th century row houses, but they did a good job. Yeah, I'm hip. Yeah, Alan, beautiful houses around here. This is Cabbagetown. We're just sort of in the more western section of Cabbagetown. So Carlton is just up ahead. I'm going to head over to Parliament Street. We'll check out some of those neat new sort of woodland little resting areas that they've installed along Parliament Street. And I know Johnny did a video showing them today, but I'm in the area. Might as well go take a look. It's like they've relocated little bits of forest right onto the side of the street along Parliament. Baller 9. It is a very nice day. Yes, it is. Hey, Mike Landry, 10 bucks. Hi, Ken, and everyone in the chat. Hello, Mike, and thank you very, very kindly for the super chat. You know, it's always a pleasure when Mike Landry makes an appearance. Well, that street in particular isn't considered to be rough, but the general area is, you know. Like, not so much once you get over into the heart of Cabbagetown. No one really thinks of it as rough, but then it's just close to lots of areas that are considered rough, you know. And when I say rough, I'm not talking about like gang violence or anything. Well, that does happen in little pockets. Like there is some gang violence in St. Jamestown, there's some gang violence in Moss Park and Regent Park. But it's not at the level that it used to be. It still happens every now and then. So that's mainly why this side of downtown has a reputation for being rough. And of course, Dundas and Sherbourne and Queen and Sherbourne. That's where you have the more kind of sketchy atmosphere. Mostly driven by people with addictions and all that sort of thing. Very sad. Yeah, Alexandra Park on the west side of downtown, yep. It's sort of like the west side downtown's equivalent to Regent Park. Whitby do it. Oh yeah, I've walked George Street many a time. I have a video and a live stream where I walked along George Street. Nothing ever happened in any of my journeys down George Street. It just seemed quiet and uneventful, which it is most of the time, but then every once in a while something crazy will happen. Yeah, that's true, Alan. It's been around for like as long as anyone can remember, like from the 70s, even like the 60s, even like the east side of downtown already had that sort of reputation. So here's Parliament Street. So that's looking south. And I'm pretty sure all the neat little installations that are here on north of Parliament. So and here's the first one here. See, they had to drag all these big logs and things here. And it all looks like it's pretty permanent, you know? It doesn't look like they're just going to pick it up and haul it away. But apparently they are at some point. The stuff looks like it's pretty... It's like it's been here forever is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I know for the most part, $1.19. I just go about my business as usual. Yeah, people ask me for change and ask me weird things sometimes. Just be polite and say no thanks or sorry, can't help, and just keep on walking. That's pretty much all you gotta do. Sometimes they can be persistent or whatever. Just kind of don't let them get to you and just keep walking. Look at this giant tree trunk here. Like, where do they get this? And how do they manage to make it look like it's been here for 500 years? Are you having trouble with buffering, Michelle Gray? I'm not getting any notifications.
That's why I asked Adam, I said, will you get this stupid toadstool out of my way?
They look real to me. Yeah, they look real, Whitby dude. Going to cross over the other side. Yeah, for sure, right, Susan? I think that they should just leave these here. Like, why take it down? I guess in the winter they'd be kind of useless and all that. All dead and kind of forlorn, but then, you know, come springtime they could get it all back up and going again. Picard is here. Engage. Hello, Picard. Look at this one. This one's pretty big. It's almost like a park. Hey, Funny Dog is here. Hello, hello. And Shane Toy is here. Hello, Shane.
Alright, is everyone ready?
Well, we don't know how they got these logs, Fat Tony. Maybe they were from trees that fell over, you know, maybe dead trees that were being brought down for safety reasons, that sort of thing. Could be all sorts of ways that they attained these big ass logs here. Look at this one. Yeah, it's pretty neat. And we've got like pine trees. You don't see pine trees too often right in the heart of the city.
Orson, it's the jet fuel logo.
I'm pretty sure they're all real. I mean, I didn't like sniff it or whatever. Does this smell like real wood? But yeah, I mean, I'm touching it. I just knocked on it. Definitely feels like real wood to me. All right, let's press on. I kind of have a vague idea of where I'm going, but it's not totally written in stone. Yeah, Whippy Dude, it's sort of a similar thing. But why? But why? Hey, Yogi's here. Hello, Yogi. Hey, Alan K. Kwan, $5 super chat. Have a burrito. If I have a hankering. I always have a hankering for something, Alan K. Kwan. Thank you very kindly for the $5. If I was a cartoon character, I'd be Hankering Hill. Now that's a big girthy burrito right there, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I saw the three-legged dog. Not to be confused with Three Dog Night. I've heard that saying before, Susan. I think Johnny jokingly refers to that sometimes. He went to York. Hey, Mike Kirk. Yeah, I thought they looked pretty good. Thank you very much, Gertij. I tend to agree for the most part. And we can all rock along to Madonna too. Just at random, you know. Think you're just taking a random walk up Parliament Street? Next thing you know, it's a Madonna dance party. Hey, Christopher Haydock, how you doing? Whew, the sun is starting to feel a bit hot now. Let's see if we can find some shade. That's better. You have that album, Susan? Isn't that from like 1990 or 91? Something like that, right? I remember I was kind of taking note of that music video for Vogue because there's a scene, a shot near the beginning of the video where it appears that Madonna's wearing like a see-through top. And I just always was like, what? Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing here? Hey, funny dog. Yeah, hey, have a good day. And you tested positive for COVID. Oh my. Well, I hope it's a very mild case for you, funny dog. I know quite a few people now who had it, and they all managed it quite well without any major problems, so I'm quite optimistic it'll be the same for you. Hello Trisha, how you doing? Hey Romachek, how you doing? So we got another mod in the house. And there's a production of some sort underway here. Not sure if it's a movie or a TV show. Hey William, I'm doing very well. Glad to hear you are as well. No worries, Christopher. Just as long as you don't use ahead, whoop factor 9. Or how about, shut up, Wesley? How about that one? Yes, it is, Romachek. I think the last time you were in the stream, you mentioned that you wouldn't mind becoming a mod, so soon after that I made some changes. And I brought in some new mods, kind of like a next generation, if you want to stay on the Star Trek theme. The next moderation. Next generation of moderation? I don't know. Hello Gabor, how you doing? Hope I pronounced that correctly. The little dog is like at a full trot, right? It seems to be enjoying itself though. So there's Howard Street again. That's kind of where I began the stream. Down at the other end. And woo! The humidity is kicking in here. William, I think he's fine. I haven't like had a chit chat with him recently, but last time I did, everything seemed fine. He just did a stream yesterday. Oh, for sure, Yogi, for sure. Tipsy text. Did he tipsy text you back? So, as you can probably guess, I'm heading towards the Bloor Viaduct. I'm going to go over the Don Valley into the wilds of the East End. Hey, Clayton Crawford, how you doing? I guess we'll get to see some rush hour traffic here as we go over the viaduct. Hi. Welcome to another fun-filled live stream wander. Where are we going? No one knows. Oh, for sure, William. Maybe he's lurking right now and he saw that you said hi to him. And Romachek, I agree. Any lurkers who want to say hello? Don't be afraid. Just come on out and say, yo, what's up? I promise I won't be mean. Diesel, are you really Ivan from Rocky 4? Was that his name? Or perhaps you're Kramer from that episode of Seinfeld where they're playing Risk on the subway. What you say, Canada weak? Canada not weak. How about I smash your little game? Hey, Steve Mikra, hello, hello, and $2 super chat. Ken can't watch live, but we'll watch the replay. All right. I hope you enjoy it later on, Steve. Thank you very much for the super chat. Check $10, Ken, for you to go to Burrito Boys and pitch them the ice cream burrito. They'll do it after your presentation, I'm sure. I'm convinced, Romachek. Thank you very kindly for the $10. Your support is very much appreciated. Ice cream burrito. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, we had one of those weird sex bots pop up again. So I nuked it, but if any of the mods see one of those pop up again, feel free to just hide them, whatever, nuke them, get rid of them. Hey, Hunter Stewart, how you doing? Well, I can hear a subway train passing underneath here on the viaduct. And I can feel it. Everything's all rattling. Good work, Susan. Yes, senior clerk, yes. Whitby dude, that's true, right? Imagine that. That would be quite the stream. I think I had 7 of those things pop up in one of my streams couple weeks ago, and they're all different. It's not all the same one over and over again. They're all slightly different from each other, but more or less the same. Okay, Romachek. You're talking about walking commuter? I actually just watched his live stream today. I didn't watch it live, I watched the replay. It was a bit too early for me to watch live. I'm not sure if he's aware of my channel or not. I know he's aware of Johnny. I think they've communicated before. I'd eventually like to have a bit of rapport with the New York live streamers. I think that would be cool. Action Kid's the only one that I really know. Haven't really had the pleasure of getting to chat with any of the others. Oh, right on, Romachek. Well, thanks. And this used to be a place where you could use one of those old-fashioned viewfinder things, and you put a quarter in and you could direct it to zoom in on places. And they still had, there's still one up there actually. I walked past it, but they don't work anymore. They're like these derelict artifacts now. They look like they're from like 100 years ago. Yeah, the Don Valley parking lot is in full parking lot mode here in the northbound lanes. Everyone's trying to get out of downtown. Roma check, you think? Yeah? Yeah, he does sort of talk in a similar style as I do, I find. Kind of a low-key kind of way of expressing himself. Yeah, I saw that too, Whitby dude. Although I think that just means the last sort of phone booth, you know, those old-fashioned like Superman phone booths. I think that's what they were referring to. I think there's still pay phones around. I can't think of an old-fashioned phone booth left standing in Toronto, really. On the street like how they used to. I can't think of any. There's still pay phones around, stuck to the sides of stores and buildings and things of that nature. And then, you know, of course, in subway stations, shopping malls, they still have pay phones. Hey, Michelle Gray, have a good day. Thanks for dropping by. Like even pay phones, like in a subway station or something, Roma check, where you just, you know, have a couple phones on the wall. I mean, why would they take those down? People kind of need those sometimes, in rare occasions. Hey, S Leafs. Yes, it is a very, very pleasant hump day here in Toronto. I know, how did we ever survive, Rob Mahoney? I don't know, right? Today's generation will never know the joys of Star 69 or of playing like happy tunes on the keypad of your touch-tone phone. Hey, S Leafs, I have not enabled channel membership, so that's not possible. That's something I'll probably do eventually. There's Danforth Avenue. There's Broadview. VP, yes, I know. What a shame that is, right? Har har, wink wink. So we're not going to walk along the Danforth because I have done that not all that long ago. Let's head up North Broadview here. I recently listened to a radio show where Rick Mercer played the top 100 Canadian songs of all time. According to him, I guess. I don't know if he was the one who chose these songs, but anyway, I was like, what is going to be the #1 song? And it was Summer of '69 by Bryan Adams. And I was like, really? That's the #1 Canadian song of all time? I was a bit meh on that choice. I could think of plenty of other songs I would rather see in that top spot. That's cool, Romachek. Let's see if we come across any payphones here. This stretch of Broadview is pretty old school. It hasn't really changed much in the last like 30, 40 years, so let's see if we see a payphone anywhere. I would have imagined like something by Neil Young or Leonard Cohen or Joni Mitchell or the band, you know, even like Steppenwolf, like Born to Be Wild, or I don't know. There's lots of songs that I would have rather have seen in the #1 spot than Summer of '69. I do like that song, don't get me wrong. And there wasn't one single Sloan song in the entire list of 100 songs. I was like, come on, Sloan deserves one song. Why not like Coax Me or how about Money City Maniacs? Everybody's heard that song before. SF Leafs 279, grab a coffee. Well, thank you very much. S Leafs, not SF. Thank you very much, S Leafs. Very, very much appreciated. Hey, Noble Costs is here. Hello, hello. Pat Travers Band. I don't think I had a chance to check them out. Christopher Haydock. Still no sign of a payphone. Roma check, yeah, totally. Canadian alternative in the 90s was pretty huge. There were more bands than you could shake a stick at. Out goes the light. Oh, okay, Christopher Haydock. Trying to think of the last time I used a payphone. It was probably in the early 2000s, maybe like 2002, 2003. Brad Palmer, $5 for a cold root beer after this cool stream. Thank you very much, Brad Palmer. I'm gonna have to try the other Freshco location on Sherbourne to get my $1 2-liter bottle of root beer, because that location at Dundas and Parliament has failed me twice now. Completely cleared out of root beer. Not cool. So thank you very much, Brad. I was like, why is it called Bab Music? And I see underneath Broadview and Browning. Yes, Leafs, thank you very much, and you'll be the first to know if I get channel memberships. I appreciate your offer. I don't have a Patreon either. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm missing out on something good here, but I've just never really felt the need to make a Patreon or do channel memberships. So hey, we're going to take a little detour because I can't walk past here without checking this awesome spot out up ahead. You'll see why it's awesome in a few minutes. Wayne McKay, maybe. Lay off the soda pop, Ken. That stuff will rot your gut. Ugh, walking into the sun. But then I'll have to walk back this way to get back out again. So this is Chester Hill Road. And up ahead is the Chester Hill Lookout. I think it's been a while since I've come past here during a live stream. Christine Camley, $10. Hey, it's fabulous to hit the live stream, Ken. Looks like a nice day out. Thank you very, very kindly, Christine, for the super chat. And yes, I'm glad you could catch the stream live. And it is very nice. A little bit warm, not going to lie. A little bit muggy, but bearable. I don't feel like I'm melting quite yet. Although that water looks refreshing, I wouldn't mind sort of just dunking my face in it. Would they think it was weird if I did that? Yeah, that yard was really well done. Let's check out the view. This is like a rival for the Riverdale Park East view. It's a lot less known. I think some people who live in the city don't even know about this spot. It doesn't get a lot of hype. Doesn't get a lot of Instagram pics or blog TO posts the way the Riverdale Park East skyline view does. Have we hit 69 likes? Yeah. 69 likes. Nice. Hey, Marie Palmer, you made it. Awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And look at this. The only thing is that tree, as much as we all like greenery and trees and all that sort of thing, it blocks the view quite a bit here. In the winter, you get a much better view without the leaves. Let me stand up here. David Clippard, I know, right? Can't hold it against the tree for existing here. Hello, Jenna. Good afternoon. Yeah, most of the financial district is kind of blocked here, but still an awesome view. Looks like Pittsburgh. Although much larger skyline than Pittsburgh, but yeah. Pittsburgh does have a very scenic skyline though, that's true. All the hills surrounding the city give awesome views of the Pittsburgh skyline. John Smith says pizza. Hey, I'm not going to argue with that, John Smith. Now we're walking in the other direction, away from the sun. Much better. Donna Lynn. I'm sure it's happened somewhere. Today was not my day. Hey, Clayton Crawford is back. No, they don't seem to like the Don Valley layover very much at all, do they, Novocos? Metrolinx wants to build a GO train storage yard or something along those lines in the Don Valley, and everyone is dead against it, at least everyone in this area. But where do they want them to put it then? It has to go somewhere. They cry and cry that they want better transit, and then when transit improvements are proposed, they're like, no, not there. Not like that. Mr. Softy. I used to use that as my forum name on a bunch of different music forums that I posted on back in the day. I was Softy, same spelling with the 2 E's. And some people still refer to me as that, even though I haven't used that in a long time. Actually, I still do use it on one skyscraper forum that I still regularly post on. I almost forgot about that. That's right, I'm still Softy on the skyscraper page. Hey, Big S, how you doing? Hey, walking commuter, what the heck? I just watched your stream earlier. What a coinkadink. I think Romachek might have had something to do with this. So, hey, welcome to the stream. I enjoy your content. You just missed an awesome view of the skyline from a lookout. You'll have to go back in time and check it out. Although it was a bit obstructed by trees. So where are we going now? We're going to go north a bit here along Broadview, and then I'm going to dip over to Pape Avenue. We'll check out some of Pape Village, and that will take us into East York, one of the boroughs of Toronto. We might even be in East York now. I'm not exactly sure where the border between Old Toronto and East York is in these parts. But definitely once we're closer to Pape Avenue, we'll be in East York. Hey Iran, how you doing? Hope you're enjoying the stream. And the people in these buildings have an awesome view of the skyline because they look right over the valley. So the view we just looked at, they get that, plus being, you know, on the upper floors, like 20 floors up, they get that view. It must be amazing. I kind of envy them having to see that. Of course, only if they're on the other side of the building. And actually, you get a really good view of the skyline from behind this building. And I caught a glimpse of it, and so I decided to go and check it out one time. And then a security guard came out and told me that I wasn't allowed to take my camera there behind the building. It's private property and all that sort of thing. And I was like, really? I just want to look at the view, man. I'm not like hurting anybody. Where they must just sit waiting for hours for some person to just wander through so they can run out and go, hey, you, no, you can't go there, hey, get away, bad. Well, I don't remember what he looked like. All the green, yeah. And I think this is the closest Dairy Queen location to where I live, believe it or not. And I live a fair distance away from here. A nice soft serve cone would hit the spot right now. I wonder if we get a view from here. Let's take a peek. Although trees, we got trees here. We all love trees, but they do block the view. Yep. You can just barely make out some of the skyline through the trees over here. We need to be about 50 feet higher. I haven't even been to a Dairy Queen in a good, like, 15 years maybe. How is that possible? Certainly never since I've moved to Toronto, and that was in 2010. So it's at least since 2010. Don't run me over. The dog is dragging the little girl. She's like, stop, stop. I think the dog outweighs that little girl, actually. Mahoney, yeah, the main streets tend to be kept free of litter pretty well. They have those little machines that drive around with a big vacuum hose, or a guy just operates like a big litter sucker. I don't know how else to describe it. He just rides along the sidewalk with his big hose and sucks up all the litter. Alright, so we're going to start heading east here on one of these streets. Heading over towards Pape. That's a little bit more of an interesting area. It's like a retail commercial strip for Old East York. It's kind of old school. It's not gentrified. It's a sort of old commercial strip that Toronto was full of, like, throughout its history, and then they all still exist, but gentrification has really changed them over the years. But Pape Avenue here hasn't really changed much. I think it was still 1991. Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, commenting on the pharmacy and all the services.
Like, how long has that convenience store been? It looks like it's closed down, actually. Oh, I was going to say that convenience store has been there since 1976. Joy's Variety jug milk. Hey, Pittsburgh RPG is here. Hello, hello. Alright, here's Cosburn Avenue, so we're gonna take this east. Oh, whoa, I'm feeling this humidity now. Took a while for it to build up, but it's definitely here now, man. Not pretty till the porn bots arrive. Or not a party, okay. It's a bit hard to read the chat here with the sun glaring on my screen. So I apologize if I miss some chats or if I misread them every now and then. So we're definitely in East York now. And this area is getting some new development too. I can see across the street that old apartment building is got a redevelopment notice for a tall building, 27 stories. And this old house here also will be redeveloped with a 15-story building. Anti-glare, yes, I need some anti-glare. And I almost took an apartment in one of these buildings years ago before I found my current location. I think I made the right choice. I'd rather be downtown as I am now as opposed to out here. It's not too far from downtown, but it's far enough, right? Definitely feels like another part of the city. All these buildings, I think, sprung up in the 1960s. That's when Toronto went through its huge wave of high-rise apartment construction. These sort of boxy-looking apartment buildings. Commie blocks, people call them. Slabs. And there's about, I think, 1,500 of them in just the city. And then way more in the suburbs as well. Have they ever had a bagel? Bagel nosh in the 70s? I don't think so, Scott Briggs. If I did, I was too young to remember. Rent. I wonder what the rents go for now. When I was looking in 2010, you could still find one-bedroom apartments for $700 a month. And it's probably twice that now. At least twice that for a one-bedroom in this neighborhood. Keep in mind we are in East York. We're not in Old Toronto anymore.
What's your YouTube?
Yo! I should have asked those kids to spray me with their super soakers. Hey kids, can you do me a favor? Just don't hit the phone. You can hit anything else. Whew. All right, coming up to Pape Avenue. Deja vu, my pleasure. Can I talk? I think I'm losing the ability to form words properly in this humidity. Same thing happens when it's bitter cold. Extreme weather just messes with my ability to vocalize, apparently. And it's not even that hot right now. Megan wouldn't even consider this hot. It's my girlfriend, because she has a very high tolerance for heat. To her, this would be like sweater weather. And I would just look at her like she was nuts. So here's Pape Village. So this keeps going south. It starts to peter out eventually. But then before too long you hit Danforth Avenue, and that's also a major commercial thoroughfare that we've all seen before. That's where Greektown is, and lots of other neighborhoods to the east of Greektown. Hey, Schnurt Chick, how's it going? And Oregon-y Biker Mark, hello, hey, nice to see you back in the stream again.
Southbound towards Page Station. Master strongly recommended
Todd Boothby, I think there are a few plans to densify this area with some mid-rise buildings. And I think there is at least one proposal for a fairly tall residential building in this immediate neighborhood. Taller than most of them that are currently here. Because most of the older high-rises along Cosburn are in the like 10 to 15 story range. There's one that's about 25 or 26 stories. And I think that's the tallest in the neighborhood as of now. Most of them are like this. Oh, look at this dog. Wow. That's quite a dog. Hey there. Is that not the most beautiful looking dog you've ever seen? It's Burger King. I didn't even know this was here. And it's Whopper Wednesday, everybody. Get your Whoppers. Yeah, the dog was sort of looking at me with like lovey-dovey eyes, you know? Maybe my long shaggy hair had it confused. Wasn't sure if I was canine or human. So if you're wondering why I'm walking north now, away from Pape Village, is because I thought I would check this neat thing out up ahead. How vague can I be, right? There's something just up ahead that I've never live streamed on before. and I think it's worth a look. East York Community Recreation Center. So I hope you're all intrigued. Any guesses as to what I'm talking about? That's right, Noble Costs. I'm taking you to a thing. So I'll be very excited to witness the thing. Say a boot, so Johnny understands. Did you know there's a YouTuber named JJ McCullough? He's quite well known, a big channel. He's from Vancouver, and he really does say a boot, just like the stereotypical Canadians that we all sort of scoff at. And people say, we don't say a boot. What are you talking about? Well, he really does. He says a boot. That's just how he talks. And I think some people in the chat accuse him of faking it. Like, why are you saying it like that? Yeah, that's actually how he talks. So. What about a thingamajig? There's a thingamajig up ahead. So here's O'Connor Drive. This is one of those situations where you look at a map and you think, okay, it's not that far from there to there on the map. It doesn't look all that far. And then you go there in person and all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, this is way further than it looked on the map. I'm going to be getting on one of these buses shortly to head down to Pape Station because I'm not going to walk back home. I could, but I would rather not. I'm going to take the bus, then transfer to the subway, and then transfer to a streetcar. So I'm going to be taking 3 different modes of public transportation to get back home. Like, take off, eh, you hoser? Is there a phone booth? Where? I kind of forgot to stop looking out for a phone booth. I'll have to check out the replay later, see if I passed any. All right. So we're heading towards Thorncliff Park, which is a high-density community up ahead. You can see all those tall buildings way up there. But we're not going to go all the way into Thorncliff Park, but we are going to walk over the big bridge spanning the Don Valley. And that bridge is the thingamajig I was referring to, the whatchamacallit. If Vivian wants to be a mod, I'll make her a mod in a second. Just let me know, Vivian, if you want to be a mod. But she's a special exception to the rule, right? I don't really intend on adding any more mods for the time being, unless it's Vivian. I'm all modded up. Sure, Vivian, I mean, what's not to trust, right? Boom, done. Just like that. Vivian is changing her name to Maud. And then there's Maud. Lady Godiva was a freedom rider. But we're not going to walk to Tuckahoe. Although walking commuter could probably walk to Tuckahoe. That's more in his general area. It's a bit of a trek for me. Gertish. I think now I have 9. So I have quite a few. I have the original 3, which is Bevy, Megan, and my sister Melissa. And then I have the 5 new ones that I recently modded up. And now Vivian. Do I have 10? Oh geez, I lost track. So 10, that's a good round number, right? Let's try and keep it at 10. Well, that's right. I added Estelle later on. Yes. Thanks for reminding me. Yes. So 10 mods. And there's Thorncliff Park over there. You can see the Leaside Towers. You can't tell from this vantage point, but they're like the tallest buildings in East York. They don't look super tall from here, but they are pretty darn tall. There's two towers, one right beside one another, twin towers. Roma check, that would be a bit much. And over there you can see Strides land. That's where Johnny Strides lives over there. His neck of the woods. The Yonge and Eglinton area. This is what I came for. Yeah, so that's Midtown, where Johnny lives. And that's the north end of downtown. That's the Yorkville skyline right there. And the financial district is hiding behind the trees. So we'll see if we can get a glimpse of that. The trees just like to block the financial district no matter where I go. Mark S, how you doing? Okay, you can see the tower now. There's the tower. But you still can't see the financial district. Yeah, it looks like a jungle or a forest down here, but this is just the Don Valley, right? If you look on a map, it doesn't appear to be so expansive, but when you're here in person, it certainly does seem that way. It looks like just a narrow strip of green when you look at an aerial view of the city or satellite view, but it's not so narrow when you're walking through it. Hey Mark S, happy birthday. Hope you have a great day. The real jungle is these buildings over here. Yeah, Thorncliff Park is another neighborhood that has a bit of a reputation. You don't hear about it as much as some other areas though. Like I think Flemington Park has a worse reputation than Thorncliff Park, which is another cluster of high-rise buildings just over yonder. I'm pointing in that general direction. It's technically in North York, Flemington Park. Oh hey, I see the financial district. All right. very awesome. And I think this rail line down here, I think, is a freight line, or is it a GO train line, or is it both? I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. Hey Keenan, how you doing? How are things in London? And Maureen Bruce, hello, hello. So I'm not going to keep heading that way. I just wanted to finally head over this awesome bridge here in a live stream. I've come over here in a recorded video before in the fall when all the leaves were changing color, and that was really nice. Now we're going to see the financial district and the CN Tower disappear behind the trees. Goodbye to the tower. And there's the river down below. Wrong way, Ken. There we go. Don Valley parking lot is actually moving up here. It's not so much a parking lot. Hey, Paul DeMarsh, I'm very well. Pardon my drunken gimbal here. The slightest adjustment and it just goes haywire. And now the skyline will hide behind the trees. Hello, Lena. How you doing? We can still see Strides Land over there. Happy to hear it, Deja Vu. Vivian, you just got that notice now, huh? Good job, YouTube. Good job. Better late than never, I suppose. Ah, shade. Oh. That's the bad thing about going out on those bridges to get views. There's no trees, no shade. Andy S is in the internet. Hope you can get out someday, Andy S. You can see a couple of the buildings downtown popping up from here. See the top of the Aura over there, and that new condo at Sherborne and Bloor. It's still rising. An umbrella hat, yeah, that would come in handy. And Paul DeMarche, $3 super sticker. Well, thank you very, very kindly, Paul DeMarche. Brings me to a bus stop. I'm going to be starting that multi-nodal transit ride home. I'm going to wrap up the stream here. I hope you all had fun as I wandered around the east side and then into the East End and then into East York. So we got a lot of east going on in this stream. So thank you everyone for accompanying me on a nice sunny, although somewhat muggy hump day. And thanks for all the great comments, and thanks to the mods, of course, for nuking all those unpleasant bots. And thanks to all those who supported the channel with a super chat, super sticker, or any PayPal donations I may not know about yet. I usually don't check out that until after the stream, so thanks in advance to anyone who might have sent one of those. And also, I'll be doing my next stream, as you know, in 3 or 4 days. That's my usual timeline. Most likely on Sunday evening again. I think the last couple times I've done these Sunday evening streams, they've been pretty fun, so that's sort of the plan again. So keep an eye out for that. And of course I post my videos daily on my channel when I don't do live streams. So thanks to all. And until next time, I will continue. And have a great hump day. And I'll see you all again next time. Time to record a transit video now. Haha. Hopefully I don't get yelled at by the bus driver this time. To be continued. Bye, Marsha Mac. Have a good day. JP Atherton, you're welcome. Bye all.